friend.
Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad to see everybody here. I want to introduce a dear friend of both Jane and I. His name is Ray Gomes. He is a master of making you stand out. He says that he can make you become a lake of distinction from that ocean of extinction. He is the best at what he does. He is a salesperson for the Cutco Knife Company, and he is a very good business coach, marketer. He's a closer. Last year, he was part of the #1 Cutco closing gifts team in the whole country. And he was the top sales professional in all of Southwest Florida. He is ranked number 80 in the nation. And his creative strategies allowed him to endorse and interview people like Jillian Michaels, who is a #1 fitness entrepreneur, and Bruce Buffer, the voice of the UFC. It's time. And without further ado, I'll turn it over to Ray, and I'll stop sharing my screen. So if he has something.
And I'm just going to chime in like real quick because Ray, like Ray's just one of those guys, man. You just want him on your team. Like no matter what you're doing, we has a studio. He chimes in there. He's doing rehabs. If you need something done, he's one of those people that no matter what he's doing, he'll drop everything for you. He's a good person to have in your life. And we called him right away, and this was something he wanted to do because he's always adding value to everybody. So now without further ado, our good friend Ray. Take it away, Ray.
All right. Well, thanks for having me here. Everyone hear me okay, right? Good.
Yes.
Thumbs up. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad I'm here. I've been speaking all day. So just a little bit more about me. I'm in the branding business. I work with real estate agents, mortgage companies, small business owner, and I help them stand out. Okay. So that's kind of what I do on my day-to-day basis. You asked what's the nice guy doing about branding. We'll cover a little bit of that later, but I'm here actually to give a message on understanding branding, why branding is so important. And I've been in this business for 15 years, and I would say the half of the year I was too naive. I had a big ego. I didn't understand what branding was. I didn't understand what coaching, and I wouldn't even show up to a Zoom meeting like this, right? Because I thought I knew it all, like people want to do business with me. But the key is that no matter how skillful I am or you are, there's still many people out there who don't know what you could do for them and how you can solve their problem. Are you with me? Like we all have this gift in our natural talent. The problem is not many people know about you, right? And those who knows about you, they are really not talking a lot about you. Are you with me? Have you ever heard in your career someone say, I see you everywhere? How many of you had that in your career? I see you everywhere. If not, this is where branding changed all that. Okay, you want someone to come to you and say, I see you everywhere, right? It is ridiculous. I moved to Florida like 3 years ago. I didn't know anyone, like scratch, didn't know anybody. And now I go to the market and like Aldi's, and I was like, hey, you're the knife guy. I'm like, where did we meet? Like, how do you know me? It's like, it's just natural, right? And that's when I understand the power of branding. Now, Jane and I, we met in 2019 at a conference, and we had shared the same business coach. And basically, I went from a nobody to now everyone wants to be introduced, right? So then I took the next step is how can I show someone else to get branded, okay? All you need to know about branding is trustworthy. Why should I do business with you? Why should I send referrals to you? And how can we build a long-term relationship? That's what branding is all about, okay? But the question is, how do we get branded, right? Does that mean we have to spend a lot of money getting celebrities and putting investment into magazines? How many of you here have heard of investing in magazines or have invested your marketing in magazines? How many of you have done yet? None? You're in the right place, okay? The first time I thought I would be famous is I spent a lot of money on magazines. Guess how many touches I got and how many response I got? 0. Because no one flips the page. They scroll to whatever advertising that they want to buy, most probably like a perfume or some sort of clothing brand, okay? So unless you're into that kind of business, it's a whole different level, right? So avoid investing in magazine, especially if you're just now starting off. Number two about branding is you got to know your client. Okay, whether you're in real estate investing, as Jen mentioned, I do investment. I love manufactured homes. It's easy, it's fast. I don't have time to really sit and watch 6 months to a year home. So I like to make money quick, right? But there's a lot of learning experience. I'll talk to you a little bit about how I got my last deal. It was 3 years in the making. Okay, when I got into a mobile home park, they said you cannot rent. There's so many rules into it. There was an investor who overpricing every single home in there, and I made a mission on how I'm going to get this deal, and I'm going to give best value to everyone who invests in this neighborhood. So the first step that I did was I started a lawn care company. So I heard about the neighborhood about someone's overcharging about lawn care, that they were paying $60 a week to get their small yard get cut. I was like, who charged $60 a week, right? So I ended up saying, I'm going to do $25 a month and I will come and cut your lawn. So I started doing that for a week. In 1 week, I got 10 homes. In 10 homes, I ended up hiring 2 people to help me out to where I no longer have to do the cutting. I ended up hiring other people to do that. Now, why did I do that? I wanted to create a one-stop shop. Okay, if you're taking notes right now, this is what I would say. What can I do in my business to create a one-stop shop? What do I mean by that? How can I send more referrals to other people? For example, do I have a roofing company that I have a good relationship? Why would you recommend that to your client, potential clients, or your business partner? Do I have a plumber? All this creates a one-stop shop, okay? That's the key. How can I become that one-stop shop? Why do people want to keep calling me to build that relationship, right? How many of you would like that your phone to ring and there's a referral coming to you? Hey, there's a property I saw next door that's going to foreclosure. I thought about you. I wanted to see if you could help them out. How many of you would like something like that, right?
Me?
Every single one of us wants something like that, right? Imagine going around the neighborhood and all the people's like, wow, Jane, yeah, go talk to her. She knows everything. She helped me out, right? And that's what I've been doing with my Cutco business. I go to every new build neighborhood now. I'm in. They know me as the nice guy, right? Because I provide free services. Number two that I want to mention, provide some free services. It's not always about making the money up front. It's what can you get more deals that will build up your income down the road, right? Do some free events, host some events like Jane is doing a live event in February. I've been to multiple live events. We got so many people excited, but then the relationship gets bigger, okay? That's what it's about branding. If you don't have a location physically, keep on doing Zoom like this. Do your own, get to know, get to learn, right? There's a lot of people out there who doesn't know about investment. You could teach them. This is the first step you need to do, right? How many of you have seen or heard of someone like pretty much put all of their savings trying to think that real estate, their first deal is going to make buku money, but no one ever told them the step by step, like how long it's going to take, how much they have to spend, right? Maybe you could do a class like that, right? Saying, hey, you want to be a real estate investor? Great. Make sure you have an income that's going to supplement, that's going to put food on the table first, right? If we take care of that first, then we can talk about investment later. Are you with me? Because everyone wants to get rich quick, but they don't know what kind of work that goes in. So you could put small mini classes like that, and what that building is adding value, okay? The second thing you want to do is join every chamber that's around your area. When you join a chamber, you get access to multiple influencers. You ask me why I spend $300 to $400. It's like the minimum I spend a year, but I walk out with at least 2 to 3 leads per month that build a long-term relationship, right? Go to every grand opening, okay? Why do you go to every grand opening? That's how you build your brand. That's how you say, I see you everywhere. Are you with me? I see you everywhere. Second thing, a lot of the mayors, a lot of the people in the big names, they come to these grand openings. That is your one shot of meeting them without having to schedule an appointment. You know how hard it is to schedule an appointment, trying to build your business and asking for help with some of the top people, unless you're branded, they are going to say, I'm busy. How many of you have made calls and say, I'm busy, call me back later? How many of you heard that?
Mhm.
You know why they say that? They just didn't give enough value. Like, to them, it's like, why should I give my valuable time right now to talk to you to 2 to 3 to 5 minutes? Are you with me? We all do the same, right? We pick and choose who we want to spend our time with, right? And we give that time to the person of value because we know they're not going to take or waste our time talking about some random stuff. It's about business, right? Same thing. You got to learn the time management. So how do you do this? First thing you need to do if you don't have it, have a CRM. How many of you know what a CRM is? Or have heard what a CRM is?
Yep.
Okay. There's a lot of free CRM. I'm not asking you to go spend money. There's a lot of free CRM. We started doing, I think it's Hub something. Obviously, I pay for CRM. I have over 1,000 clients now. But you could start something small. Why is it good to have a CRM? It keeps you organized. Okay. It keeps you organized by saying who's your top clients you want to spend time with, your B clients and your C clients. Okay. Now, I can tell you this. How many of you have heard of someone buying leads and they think that that's going to change their business because they just bought 200 leads? They're going to call every single one of them and it's going to turn buku rich quick. How many of you have ever thought about that, right? Well, here's the problem though. The leads that you buy, you don't know what qualification they are, right? And it's going to take time. Unless you have a big team that can do the qualification for you, you want to have a CRM so you can divide who do you want to spend time with, okay? So I would do like, you can play around with this. You could do like platinum, VIP, or you could do A, B, and C. Now, do not disregard the C people because that is out of all the C people, that's one that you could, ended up being a B or A play for you, okay? And I say this is because when I worked for Dell Technologies, by the way, they started me at the low. No one would ever call this list. They gave me 500 leads and I turned about $1 million in sales within 9 months. Okay? Why? Because you got to be that one-stop shop. My goal when I work for Dell is if you're selling computers, you're going to buy software, you're going to buy security, you're going to buy everything that involves in the computer. I'm going to be that one-stop shop. And trust me, I did not have to make cold call after the first month because I was too busy getting referrals and I was taking care of those clients. Are you with me? So if you're going to invest in some sort of leads, make sure you have a system that you are constantly be disciplined on dividing who you want to spend time, because there's no way you're going to call everyone. You got to make sure you break it down. Okay. So having a CRM is definitely one thing. Number 2, do videos and do podcasts. How many of you have done a podcast besides Jane? Okay. If you don't know who to invite, start with people you know in this group. Okay. Do an interview. You want to come out in a position of authority. Ask the right questions. This is how I learn real estate. I ask the questions that I want to learn, right? What is the market right now? Where are we? What's the new, option? What's the new investment? What's the new commercial land? What are we doing there? These are questions that you have to ask, okay? If you don't want to be on camera, that's fine. A podcast, you don't have to be on camera, all right? It's okay, okay? But you got to do something. Another thing that what really makes you separate, okay? I know we are all great here. You guys are here because you have done and put in all the work. You guys are great. You guys are going out there and saying, you should work with me because this is how great I am. But I'll be honest with you, no one gives a crap about how great you are. They want other people telling how great you are. Are you with me? So instead of getting written testimonial, I'm sorry, not sorry. That's old school. It's done. It's washed out. Start doing video testimonial. All you have to ask is 3 questions. Who are you? What do you do? And how did James help me solve my problem? What did he go above and beyond to help me solve my problem? I was in blank situation. We didn't have any solution. James came in. He did this, and this is where we are. This is why I would recommend James at any given time, because I know he's going to take care of you just like he took care of me. How many of you want like testimonials like that? Which is more powerful? Is everyone, are you with me here, right? Stop saying how great you are, right? Every single one of you could start right now. Wayne, you could do a testimonial for James. James, you could do a testimonial for Jane. It's all a matter of getting started, and then it's the domino effect, okay? So you don't have to go like thinking, who am I going to interview, right? Start with the group, build it out, build small within the group, and then branch out. Okay, that's how I got started. Okay, I didn't get to Jillian Michaels by just going knock knock. Hey Jillian, I want to interview you today. Probably got all the security around me, right? Or she could probably like send me into a basketball, and it's pretty tough. Okay, but it's the relationship, right? So you got to do the right things. When it comes to advertising, be smart, guys. The reason I do Cutco is because it's a product that's going to be used every day. It's going to promote my business every single day for the rest of my career. What I'm saying to do is that if you don't know a gifting system, it is a strategy. You don't just go buy a gift card and think that they will be appreciative. Most people is going to be like, okay, great, gift card. To you, it may be like $1 million. To them, it's like a gift card. You do not want to come up front like that. So when it comes to gifting, I don't care what you do, think about this. 2 things, keep in mind, take notes. Number 1, how useful that gift is and how long would that product last. The longer that product lasts, the more you stay top of mind. Are you with me? Right? Because I walk into a client's home and I say, hey, who's the guy that did the pool? And who's the guy that who's your real estate agent? You know how hilarious to see that they try to go and like pull drawers out trying to find business cards? The amount of time that they try to find that business card, you already lost tons of business. Are you with me? You only get one shot. And you want that one shot to be you. Okay? And that's why when you do a strategic gifting, make sure you strategize, invest the right way. When you market yourself, ask yourself, how long will I get this rate of return? How long am I going to get at least one phone call? Okay. Also, I don't know many of you know this, but there are multiple platforms out there. If you have a huge database out there, if you have, let's say you have 2,000 people you work with, you're not going to sit there all day and text them, right? There's no way you can reach 2,000 people. But there's multiple platforms out there where you can send a massive text for absolutely free or a small cost of it. How many of you want to send like a value add saying, hey, this is the market, this is what I am, this is I want to work with you, and you just blast 1,000 text message with one click, and then within an hour or so, you're already starting to see some responses. How many of you would like that? Versus having to text every single one and saying, why is someone not getting my text message, right? The power of AI, guys. Okay, there's multiple AIs there. If you're not into all of this, you're already losing business. You got to stay organized. I can go on and say how great marketing you are and how much money you spend on marketing. But if you don't have a CRM, if you're not organized, you're not disciplined, you are just throwing money away, plain and simple. You could spend thousands of dollars on marketing, but if you don't have something to organize, you're done. You just wasted all your money. Okay, so I'm all about saving money. I'm all about making money. But most importantly is doing the right thing, right? Loyalty is key for me. Okay, I've turned down multiple clients. I've turned down $8,000 deals just because I thought it was not the right fit for them. Okay, you got to come out in a point of value. All right, I now got a little time. I want to kind of leave it out for Q&A. So if you have anything about Facebook, how to market on Facebook, social media, or anything marketing and branding, I'm open to answer questions. So hopefully that helps.
Everybody liking that?
That was a lot of good content and it was given to you fast. He's here to answer any other questions. He's really good at marketing. He's great at what he does. Obviously, he's top sales in the whole district.
And guys, we have a small group, so you can just chime in or unmute yourself and or raise your hand. We'll get you up there.
That was awesome, Ray. I learned a lot of stuff, just little tips and tidbits. So thank you very much.
What was your biggest tip?
About giving them something that's going to last for a long time. So they'll always have it there in front of them, kind of top of mind. Because you're right, we've
Yep.
given out gift cards before and stuff like that. And you're right, it goes in the drawer somewhere, or they use it, and then that's it. They never look at it again, kind of thing. So great idea.
Yeah. I want to touch a little bit about more on the gifting thing because it has to do with tax returns too. If you give $100 gift card, for example, to whoever you give, right, and there's nothing engraved your name and logo, technically the IRS only allows you to deduct $25 for whatever you give out. So if you spend 100, you only can deduct $25 on gifting. But if you get a product that's engraved, which is what I do, when you put your name and logo on a gift, okay, it could be a shirt, it could be whatever it has your logo and name on it, it is 100% write-off because it's considered as a marketing material versus a gift. Are you with me? So if
No,
you're going to
that's
spend
great.
150, right, that is the key right there. You want to get your name and logo engraved with your business. Even if you're giving to your family member or employee, get it engraved because that's 100% tax write-off.
That's great. Thank you.
And just to piggyback on that, like, because Ray's in our Ray and Kara are actually in our kitchen every night. So, they gifted us a Cutco knife and it's engraved, and every time we cut our meat at night when we eat dinner, so they're always near and dear to our hearts right there. So just something as simple as that.
And the product's amazing. I'll never go back to other knives. We're going to order more from
Spoiled.
Spoil. It is hard to go back. All right. Any other marketing questions? Like, feel free. I mean, there's a lot out there. I mean, now's a good time. If there's something you're struggling in your business that you're trying and it's not working, maybe we can make some adjustment.
I'm sorry, I'm
this
new to this, but I was wondering, what does CRM stand for?
It's Customer Relation Manager. There's a lot out there, and I would say if Jane, you want to share my contact, you could get in touch with me and Kara because there's a lot of platform that's gonna make you pay for it, and you don't have to pay for it. Okay, it all depends on where your business are. So,
Thank you.
yep.
So Podio is one that is really set up very much for real estate investors, and it's free. So, and there's a lot of people out there who've already developed, they've already taken it and modified it to meet them. And so I suspect you can find that. I have a kind of a question, Ray, if I might.
Sure.
It more has to do with people that you already have relationships with.
Mhm.
And I have, so maybe I'm old, so let me but I've always found that thank you notes or recognizing what somebody did on social media or an email or something goes a long way. But am I off base? I mean, what can you do for people you already know a little bit or want to build longer lasting relationships with?
It's a very great question. What are you doing right now? Keep doing it. Okay. When on social media, if you're trying to build your base or Instagram or whatever platform you're trying to build, number one, do not buy likes because that's just going to bring your brand down because there's a lot of fake people out there. Just being real, okay, they're going to try to bring you down. So you want to like their post, you want to comment. And I'm glad you brought this question up too. You want to find something unique and special, right? I talk about a gifting system, right? If you scroll on their Facebook and they mean something to you, like for example, if they like chocolate cake as a dessert or something like that, if it's in your budget, just say, hey, I saw your post, you like chocolate cake. I just thought I'd give you one of this cake that I had from the Cheesecake Factory. I just was thinking about you and say, I appreciate you. You're always commenting, you're always sharing something. I was just thinking about you. It's those little small things that goes a long way. It doesn't have to be fancy, right? For me, what I do every month is I make sure of the client relationship, family member that I haven't connected in about 2 or 3 months. I send a random text saying, hey, I miss you, I love you, I was thinking about you, I was this restaurant, and then conversation just start building from there. So it's never too late to send a message to someone that you have not got in touch in a while, because you also never know that they might go through a bad day and you just, made them smile today. And how many of you would just get a random text from someone you know saying, I'm thinking about you? How would that make you feel, right? Everyone would feel very, very appreciative, right? So why don't do something like that, right? When you see someone share your post, and Jane knows this, I would message her and say, hey, thank you so much for sharing my post. It means a lot. It shows that you are getting noticed, right? Someone is helping you on that. Okay, those small things adds up. But you want to comment, you want to share. And another thing, when you're posting on Facebook, let's say if all of us here went to dinner right now, okay? We all take pictures, right? How many of us just take a picture and say, hey, look at this group of these smiley faces, all these sharp investors right here. We're having a great time. That's typically what everyone does, right? You're not like everyone else now. You want to stand out. So this is what I would do. This is the group. We just had dinner after our monthly meeting or weekly meeting. And it's nice to get together once in a while to just talk anything but outside of work. But the most important thing is I learned the value of blank. Like I learned the value of building relationship. James actually showed me the skills he takes with his peers and his partners and what they do to build a relationship, right? Bernice just showed about, her favorite cooking recipe, right? Like show something of value to where they know that it wasn't just a normal get together. Does everyone understand where I'm going with this? You don't want to sound normal. You want to show what are 2 or 3 things that you got out of that get together. That's when people start noticing you, and that's when people start engaging more with you. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, and something that I do that like occasionally it's kind of funny and Sharon laughs at me, but like we'll go past a road and it might say Knoll Drive. And I'll just take a picture of it. Like we turn around, get out, take a picture, point out it, and then I might send it to Steven and just say, hey, we were thinking about you because we saw your street sign, or do you live, just something silly like that. But we've been doing that for years, and just kind of funny, gives us something to do, and then lets somebody know you thought about them because their last name was on a street sign.
There you go. I do that all the time too. I sent Jane about a friend of ours, Jose, and Hurricane Jose was coming. I was like, you got to stay on the other side right now, right? Like, stay away from it. So guys, life is too short. Okay, we gotta have fun. Okay, we deal with a lot of heartache during the day with all the people. You gotta create fun. If that's what you gotta put in your CRM in the calendar is fun time, like put it in your calendar. Okay, you got to do it. All right, life is too short. All right, any other questions? I know.
I think
Carlin has
Carlin. Oh, I'm sorry, Carlin's here.
Yep, Carlin, go ahead.
Hi guys, great presentation, Ray. I love all these tips. These are freaking awesome. And I must say, Jane and Sharon are some of the best at building relationships, if not the best. Always thinking, being very thoughtful. So thank you guys. My question was in regards to AI. Are you guys using AI, and how are you using it for marketing?
I am using AI now, mostly into covering objections, especially in the sales business. So basically, if you're hearing objections right now, you could key in whatever objections. Like one of the things that that I'm hearing about real estate agents now is the market is too slow, and I don't play that game. It's just they're lazy for the most part. I know if you are realtors out here, I'm not talking about you. I deal with every day. They are freaking lazy. It drives my mind. It's worse than me coaching 10,000 kids. I work with 8,000 plus college students, and I thought that was crazy by the amount of work. So basically, I just put in how do I cover this objection, or I pick a topic of if I want to do a program or if I want to do a class and I'm struggling with coming out with the title of it, I use AI and boom, I just put in the keynotes and AI just create those for me. So the simple stuff, but I would say if you're writing a contract, this is something I'm working with some agents as well. Do not use AI yet because there's a lot has to do that with the law, with licensing and all that stuff. Like AI is not there yet. But if you're just trying to figure out, hey, what should I post on Facebook? I can come up with a title. That's when AI come in place. So.
Fantastic. And are you guys using ChatGPT, or do you have other platforms you like?
Right now we're just using ChatGPT. We are in where our business is. That's kind of where we are. Everyone is different. But it does help you out if you're struggling. Like you could be in your car and you're struggling how to cover an objection. ChatGPT, it will help you at least give some idea. It won't always give you the right answer, but it kind of, it's kind of like getting coaching, right? You kind of like an aha moment kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's great. It gives you a little direction. All right, thanks, guys.
Yep.
Great presentation.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I just wanted to chime in a little bit about AI because we're starting to see it. I actually just got an email and it's like they have some keywords, trailblazer and ignite your something. So when you're sending out, if you're ChatGPT is a tool, or AI, it's a tool, but it's also like people are just going to be lazy, like Ray said, and just send out something. It's going to be a whole email, and then I'm not even going to read that. I saw that it said ignite your something, and I knew that was a AI, so I didn't even open the email. So just be careful about that when you're using it.
Use it as a guide, not as an end all be all, and make it your own. People, like Ray was saying, want you to be authentic, want you to be yourself. So, you use it as a guideline and a guide, and then change it to make it your own.
So James and I were at a couple weekends ago, a class that one of our friends did, was a 2-day workshop on different kinds of AI and how you use it in real estate. And he actually recorded it all. His name's Charles Blair, quote, the mad scientist. And he's still selling that. I think it's $149 for the recordings. And it was 2 full days. It was really worthwhile. Lots and lots and lots of different AI tools out there and how you can use them. A lot of add-ons to ChatGPT. So, I mean, I was just like drinking from a fire hose. So I would just, say it would be money well spent.
It is, but one thing at a time, because working in a technology company for 2.5 years, especially working with Microsoft, just when you think you got good at it, it changes on you. Like that's just the power of technology. Just when you think you got it, you got to start all over again. So don't get freaked out when that happens. Another thing I would also say, like, when you do AI, for me, is great when I'm preparing on presentations, especially on the topics that I want to cover. If you are speaking, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 minutes, it's a good way to get some bullet points going on. But make sure, like Jane said, authentic, make sure it's you, because I've seen some people strictly read it what AI did, and you could tell AI did it. So then the credibility is just gone. So, yeah.
Hey, Ray, if you have a couple more minutes, just like everybody obviously sees, you're very successful now. You're, top sales in all of Florida. You're probably going to get a bunch of more states here in a little bit. Everything else you're doing, rehabs. You just completed one that I'm sure flew off the shelf. But take us back a little bit. Was it always that way, or anything you want to share about how you got to where you got? And
no, it was always not that way. In the beginning, I said I wasn't coachable, but it's also based on culture, right? I grew up in Malaysia, and entrepreneurship was a no-no. You either go to high school, get a job, that's kind of like the standard, get married by 24, and being the oldest, you're matchmaking by the age of 21, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go in that route. So, but I was grateful that my mom, brought me to the US when I was 15. We didn't have a good relationship. Matter of fact, when I got a job with Cutco, prior to that, I was about to walk on to play soccer at the University of East Tennessee State, and I was in a car accident. And 2 days before my walk on, and then the doctor said I would never walk again. So I didn't have insurance, and for 6 months I was laying in bed. And basically one day, I heard my grandpa got a stroke, and he was laying in bed. He was my role model. He was the hardest worker I've ever met. And I told him I don't want to be like him. So I got up, had to teach myself how to walk again. 6 months later, I was lucky enough to get a job with Cutco. And then my mom gave an ultimatum. You either work with Cutco and leave home, or work at a gas station and stay home for free. I was 19 years old, still trying to learn how to walk again. So I took my suitcase, went in the car, slept. I was homeless for 9 months. I thankfully, I was knocking on doors trying to sell knives, and 9 months later, I got promoted to a manager, and then did 8 years of that while going to school. Paid my way to school. Went through hard times. Uh, like I said, bank account in 2018 got wiped out, foreclosures, and I owe a lot of my success to our coach JT and meeting Jane. I moved to Florida with nothing, and I built this. I'm closing on 700,000 in sales in the next couple of weeks. So my goal is to hit 1 million by end of the year. But the reason I do that is because I found a new why. Thankfully, throughout the whole business, I managed to partner with a coworker who actually built a clinic in Haiti. So we are the first clinic in Haiti that now has a women's clinic in Haiti. And personally, now I sponsored 6 kids this year to get full medical benefits. So anything I do, whether it's coaching, commission, goes towards the kids in Haiti and building that clinic. Because my goal is to help give back. If God is success, give me success, I want to be able to lead the way with others. So that's what I do. So I'm just grateful for the great coaching, the great family, and if we do end up working together, that's how I'm gonna treat family. That's how I want to move forward. Yeah.
I guess I just wanted to get a little bit out there about mindset because a lot of times that stops people that I can't, or I don't want to, or so it just you got to keep going no matter what, and you can obviously raise very successful now, and Kara, she's in the background there, but she's super successful too, and helps them with the great business. And maybe we'll get her on here on another time to kind of talk about the back office stuff. Maybe.
I was gonna ask Jane if it's okay with you guys. If you guys are interested, maybe we can have Kara do a quick walkthrough on how to use Canva to create like different designs on Canva that you can use on social media, your website, how to create QR codes. How many of you are using QR codes as their business cards right now? Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
wanna
great
share-
if you want to. Yeah.
Was she
Yeah.
wanting to do it now? James,
I
can
want
Kara
to
share the
talk
screen?
about QR code. I want to talk
Okay.
about QR code, the importance of QR code. We talk about business card. Everyone knows what a QR code is, right? Okay. There's certain features on a phone where you already have a QR code on your phone. If you go into My Contact, there's already a QR code. If you don't, you could create one in Canva. The reason why you want to create QR code, especially in a networking event, stop exchanging business cards. When you use a QR code, you basically take your phone and you scan and they have your information there. It's create contact. What you want to do next is say, hey, James, now that you got my contact, could you do me a quick favor? Can you shoot me a text message with your name and the email address so I can save your contact info on my phone? That way I know it's not a spam call. So if you ever reach out to me, I know it's you and I will make time for you. Are you with me? Because if you go and give a business card right now, what's the chance of them losing it by the time they get out? Everyone know what I mean?
Yep.
How many of you seen
Yep.
business cards on the floor, right? The QR code
Exactly.
is free. You don't have to spend $100 on business cards anymore. It is right there and you get to connect with the people you want to connect. Are you with me? So
Yep.
if you don't have a QR code, even on TV right now, restaurants, they're using QR codes. If you're not in the game, create a QR code. Okay? That's your
Yep,
business card.
absolutely. Yeah, if Kara wants to jump in, sure. Yeah.
James, does Kara have capability of sharing her screen?
Ray, did you tell her she was going to present, or you kind of blindsiding her?
I always blindside. You got to be prepared. Always.
Hey, Kara, you're good to go.
That's right. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess, do we want to talk about QR codes since everybody seems really interested in that right now? Okay. Yeah. I see people shaking their heads. Okay. So let me just go. I'll give you guys an example. Oh, here. Let me pull it up on my screen. Give me just a minute. Here. So, and while I pulled this up, I want to mention too about some of the, I'm sure people have seen those like digital business card ads. There's a couple different products out there where it's like a little card that you can keep in your wallet, and then people can like tap it on their phone, and they can, it shares your contact information with people, that kind of thing. Sometimes there's like little bracelets and stuff that you can have too. Those are pretty cool, but one thing that I did find out about those is, number one, you pay for those, of course, pay for a monthly service, and you have to pay for the gadget, the card, the bracelet, whatever. And number two, all of those require an internet connection to do what they do. So basically what those things are doing is when somebody taps their phone to that, it's opening up a web browser page on their phone with Chrome or Safari, and it's taking them to a website where then they click a button and they can download, you know, a vCard file of your contact, which vCard file is basically the type of file that cell phones use to store all of your contacts. So when you pull up a contact in your phone, and it has their name and their phone number, whatever, that's called a vCard file. And that's what phones use to organize the information. So, you know, you go to the website, you click a button, you download a vCard file. You have to put in some of your own information as well. But it still requires an internet connection. And if there's one thing that we all know about networking, is sometimes networking happens in places where A, you're in a big concrete building and the internet sucks, or B, you're in a conference where there's so many people trying to access the Wi-Fi that the internet connection is slow and you can't connect to the internet. So what do people do? They're like, oh, I'll you know, I'll fill this out later, or yeah, it'll load later, kind of thing. So later, which is the same problem as the business card. So what you can do actually, and maybe we can do this another time when I can prepare something a little bit better, you can actually create a QR code is just an instruction for a cell phone to do something. So go to a website or download a file. So you can actually embed a vCard file in a QR code, so that whenever somebody points their cell phone camera at that QR code, it automatically triggers a download of your contact vCard file. Doesn't require internet. They can, and there's places online, you know, pretty free, that you can create a static vCard file and then you can save that, you know, as a picture. That QR code is a little square, it's a picture on your phone, and then you can slap it onto posters, you can slap it onto, we even made for Ray a phone background on his phone, so you can swipe past all his apps, and then there's just a little blank page and it says, you know, Ray Gomes on there, scan to connect with me. And then he can just hold his phone and somebody holds their phone and sends it, and then, hey, you got my QR. So no bracelets to lose, no business metal cards to lose, nothing to lose. It's just a picture, it's a phone screen background like that. So I'm going to share my screen now that I've got this up here. It's going to work. There we go. This.
And while she's doing that, I do want to make sure be very, very careful. On your contacts list, make sure you only put information that you want to share, like phone number, email, or website. Certain phones where you could make notes and stuff. So if you, like, this happened to me and I didn't know, thankfully, like, one of the guys I knew was a close friend. But basically, I sent all of my notes on what to get care of for Christmas when I shared my V card with that person. So they got all that information. So be very, very careful on what you put in the notes. Also with iPhone, I actually just switched to iPhone. I noticed that if you have your home address and you try to share your contact info, it will pop your home address. So you gotta either take it all off or like just be very careful on what information you want to share. So if you save your credit card number and you share your B card, guess what? Someone's gonna go shopping easily. Okay, so that's just the behind the scenes. You want to be careful.
Yeah, yeah. So there's especially on Android, if you go to my contacts and then you pick yourself as a contact. In fact, you do, if you have an Android, you do have a contact for yourself on your phone already. And if you pick that, then any of your personal information that you have inputted for like yourself, that will get shared with the B card file. So addresses, password that you've typed in is like a note in the note section. You know how sometimes you can make notes for contacts, like this is cousin Jamie's new girlfriend or whatever, you know, like that'll all get shared with the B card file if you don't edit that before you send it directly from your phone. But like I said, if this is really interesting for people, we can talk about it again, and I can prepare some more things another time. But so this is everybody can see this poster on their screen now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is Canva, the online design software that's you know, becoming very popular right now. And this is a poster that I made in Canva for something that we do, which is service event. So basically we sharpen Cutco knives for clients and we return damaged products to the factory for them. And then of course they do some shopping with us as well. But you know, a lot of situations come up where we're at an expo or something and people say, you know, hey, where can I go to get my Cutco sharpened? I heard that Cutco has a forever guarantee on it, but I just never knew how to take advantage of that. So we have flyers like this that we print out one of them and we put it in a picture frame or a stand, or we laminate it, and then we have it on display at our event. And we say, great, you know, you want to sign up for this event? Here, pull out your phone camera, scan this little QR code down here, and it'll take you to the landing page to sign up for this event. So no longer do you have, like, you know, it used to be that people were really worried about, like, how long is my website URL and how complicated is it and can people spell it and, you know, blah, blah. With QRs, like, you can make the website behind it that it's linking to can be whatever website you need it to be. And people, it doesn't have to be short so that people can remember it. It can be long and everything like that. So Canva actually has come on, I have to click edit on it here. Canva actually has a feature in it already where when you your design, you can go to the menu over here on the left hand side, and they have a section called apps, and one of them you can search QR code. There's a bunch of them. QR code. And then let's say I want to make it like, you know, Ray's website. So I type the website, and let's say I want it to go to the page on our website about sharpening, raygomez.com/sharpening, which is pretty long, but now I generate a code and it creates this already. And then I can paste that on any of my posters that I need to. And it'll actually, if I go over here to my upload section, it should have saved that as one of these QR codes over here. So I can go back and use it again and put it on other stuff if I need to. But Canva's a really good, like, if you need to make any kind of Facebook post or poster or postcards or anything, Canva is a really great tool to have, and it's relatively affordable. It's like $13 a month or something for like the membership on it. So that was a quick demonstration. Does everybody kind of have like a better idea of some things that QR, like, is anybody thinking about things that QR codes could do and they could immediately implement that would help them for their daily business?
Oh my God.
Oh,
yes.
there's
Sure. Yeah.
there's Ray's he's muted, but that's his phone background there. So I designed that, and we've got some pictures from when he met some different celebrities like at JT Fox events. And then so there's a picture of him with Vanilla Ice at the top and a picture of him with Mike Slade at the bottom. And then in the middle it says add me to your contacts, and a QR code that links to download a V-card file with his contact info on it. So, you know, that's pretty cool networking tool.
How's the QR code for a V card file done?
How is that done?
Yeah.
So
Using
there's a
something like Canva, or it's simpler than that?
you know, there's actually another website that I use. So let's see here. Give me just a second.
This
See
is
if I
why
can
we call
pull it.
them the dynamic duo.
I'm gonna stop sharing and see if I can pull up this website right now.
Hey, Ray, while she's doing that, quick question
Yeah.
for you. So we
Yeah.
have several different businesses with different email addresses and stuff like that. It sounds like you do too. Do you have separate QR codes? And then how do you do it on your iPhone? Do you just, you have one background, but do you change the background, or how do you do it when you go to different events?
So yeah, that's a good question. I just have a general one. It just a contact info. It basically just has my name and my office phone number. And then once I get that contact, then I reach out to them individually, based on what business that I want.
Okay,
Because
so
it's just one general one. It's just like you're handing one business card, right?
right.
You want to create an umbrella of business, and then everything else is just layers of that umbrella. So whatever you want to do, whichever that you talk about the most, that is your brand. Everything else is just like a sub brand, right? So whichever they know you for, that's the contact that you want to give. So
you don't have your email address on the QR code. Do you just email them from whatever business you have, and then they have that
Right.
email for you?
yeah, the whole point is necessary of them is you collecting leads of their information to you. That's the whole point of getting it, right? That's all
Right.
what we want. We want a point of contact, right?
Right.
So and that's eliminating the whole business card, because you spend money giving the business card, you probably never hear again, probably till like the next event. That could be a year or two. They totally forgot about you. So the whole point is whatever you feel comfortable, whatever phone number, email, or website you want to go. Actually, if everyone could go on my website, raygomes.com, you could see Kara created my website to kind of see like different sections. I break it down. If you're talking about gifting, click here. If you're talking about real estate, click here. If you're talking about coaching, click here. So I kind of point them into that direction.
Where were you 2 weeks ago when I ordered new business cards?
Did you
Well,
order from? Where did
yeah,
you
that's
order from? Vista? Is it
What?
through Vista? Where did you
Yes,
order your?
Mr. Prince. Yeah, they have our
Yep.
logos and stuff like that. We just
Yep.
have a new business coming out, so I needed to change some stuff on there.
Yep.
But yeah, it would have been a lot better. Maybe I can get my money back.
So you could now, other than business card, while Kara's finishing, I just want to let you know that we don't just do Cutco gifting. We actually do all kinds of branded items. So if you're having an event, or if you want more t-shirts, or if you want hats, you want whatever that to brand your name, I come up with the strategic idea, and then we make it happen for you. I have a whole team that does the shopping for you. So you just tell me your budget, what you're looking for, and we'll get it done for you. I'm working with an AC company right now. They want a little kitchen with a little ice cube shape with their logo on it. So it's just creative ways. So If you're ever looking to brand something and you want, reach out to us. I'll tell you exactly where's the best price. If Vista is the best price for you, I'll be honest, go with Vista. But we shop with multiple different vendors that can give you a quote. So you just tell us your budget, what you're looking for, quantity, and we do all the research for you. And that's free, by the way. There's no extra cost or anything like that. You're just paying basically whatever the product costs when we come with a quote. So that's kind of like what our team does on the back end.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, found it. Ooh.
We're not seeing your screen.
Carlin, yes, there is a Ray Gomez who's a musician, Gomez.
Not
Apparently
this.
he's played yeah, he's played in some bands for a while and he's got a couple albums. Found him. Yeah. Okay.
And I think we're gonna need to bring Kara back here because I know she has a lot more tools in her tool belt there that we might need to spend some time on.
Believe me,
Just say yes, Kara. Just say yes.
Yes.
Believe me, thank you. We've called her and she's assisted us several times with different marketing and flyers. She's awesome. And QR codes.
Whips them out no time.
Okay, so this is the one that I use to make it's the website is I'm gonna throw it in the chat here. QR code generator.com. So basically you want to choose vCard as the type of file that you're generating. So with the caveat that I want to preface this, when you generate a vCard, this is going to generate what's called a static vCard file. So it's like a snapshot in time of this information that you input right now. So if you put, you know, your name in here and your phone number, like this is our business phone number here, and let's say you change your phone number sometime in the future, you have to go back and make a new QR code to represent the changes in the phone number on there. It's not automatically going to update just because you updated your phone number on your phone. It's like, this is like a photograph in time, like a, if that makes sense. But you can put your phone number, you can put email, you can put your company name, you know, and all of these fields will, when somebody scans this and saves the vCard file as a new contact in their phone, all of these fields will populate into that contact, the company name, the, you know, you could put an address if your business has a physical location. And then, of course, down here, they talk a little bit about it and they say, if you pay for vCard plus QR, the QR code can be changed, edited, and replaced at any time. You can also put social media links and Google Maps directions in there if you subscribe to their service. You know, I haven't subscribed to the service. I haven't really explored it that much because for our purposes, this one has worked just fine. And so then over here on the right, you can choose, you know, different, like a frame that says scan me or, you know, like that kind of thing. Or you can just make the basic one and then you can add your own word that says scan me later. And then you can download a JPEG version of this here. And I think it wants you to like create a free account with them too, but then it'll just download one of these like this there. So I can save it kind of thing. And that's it. And then you can take this little square as a picture and you can put it as an asset in your Canva here. So I have
And this
All
is
of these
where having a good CRM comes in place, because you're not gonna get a response like you get when you hand out business cards, right? When you do QR code, people are always curious, and if you have a catchy advertisement, like this is where I say have a good CRM, because it will get overwhelmed. I generate, if I do a meeting, I at least get about 20, 50 leads at the same time. Like it's overwhelming. Like you gotta get a CRM that can help you organize on that.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the other ways that we use QR codes is we have a QR code that sends people to a landing page on our website where they fill out a little form with their name, their email, and their phone number, and what real estate office they're from. And then in exchange for submitting that, they get to download a copy of our catalog. So of course, if somebody sees us at an event and they say, "Ooh, that's interesting. Do you have a catalog?" "Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't chop down hundreds of trees to provide you with a telephone book that you can take home anymore. But if you scan this QR code and just answer a couple little questions about yourself so we can connect, then you can download it right now, immediately. And you don't have to put a telephone book in your bag and take it home." So there's different ways that you can kind of like arrange QR code, like step 1, scan the QR code. Step 2 goes to your website. Step 3, they input their information. Step 4, they get something free in return.
Awesome.
And if you guys are still doing signs like, or if you see like the we buy houses, call phone number, instead of putting phone number, use a QR code. You're separating yourself, something different. It's curiosity, right? It's a different way of marketing yourself. If you're doing, any advertising materials, put a QR code on there, right? It saves you space, save you money, right? It's shorter, it's to the point, because your main goal is to collect those leads, right? So the 2 things that I would say, if you out of all this, and I think, Jane, we do probably need to go another hour at a different time, because there's a lot more going to designing and understand the technology to keep it all organized on it. And which is why when it comes to your brand, if you're using social media, it is not your company, it is not your logo, it's you. Whatever you post on your social media, they're gonna be curious and they're gonna want to scan that QR code. Okay. One thing that I would say, if you have your personal social media page right now, please do not post anything of food or anything unless you're in a gathering and you do the headlines, like I say, with the value, what you're learning, you come in a sort of value, because you will lose deals. I've seen it. Someone just lost $1 million deal. I wanted to say I told you so, but you know what? Not my problem. But I can do another whole thing about social media, brand yourself, but I'm about to get started putting QR codes on all my brand on social media and say, DM me, contact me, scan the QR code for more information. Boom, it's right there. You'll be surprised if I see some people like, Electric, other companies, they are starting to put QR code on their car, like this little magnetic with their advertisement. They're now using QR code on it. Why? When someone drive around, they can just pull out their camera, scan it, boom, they have it in there. Great, right? Don't have to worry about having to type your phone number in or where are you. So if that's gonna make it easy for you in your marketing, if you're not using QR code, you're already like behind. So we gotta wrap it up. So but again, you gotta have the right CRM. If you don't have the right CRM, none of this what we showed you today matters, because it's just gonna be cluster and you're gonna get, if you're not good with technology, maybe ask someone that can help you out. Maybe you pay them, I don't know, a couple dollars an hour, whatever it is. But get organized, guys. Like none of this matters if you don't have the right tools that get you organized. But QR code, CRM, those are the top 2 branding. Don't worry about your name, your logo. People care about you. They want to work with you if you provide value. That's kind of where I'm gonna leave it. Like, I mean, that's really a branding, how you stand out. This not a magician. It's just the fundamentals that we forget.
Yep, and you definitely stood out tonight, Ray. We appreciate you being here. Kara also. I don't know, maybe Kara would do a little video for us and on how to actually do a QR code. We can send that out to our mailing list, and then you guys will shoot you some contacts too. For I'm sure a lot of people are interested in what you guys are doing and how you can help them and how they can help you. Does that sound good, Kara? I'll just keep saying yes. And then we'd love to have you both back or a couple times. Like I know you have a lot more to share, and Kara has a lot on the technology side that would help us all out. And
That's fantastic stuff. Has everybody liked it? Does everybody want more of them?
Yes.
all right, cool.
Will do.
All right. And just for everybody that's on, we're gonna give out a free scope of work if you guys send Sharon and I an email. So Jane and Sharon at Virtual REI Academy, shoot us an email and we'll get you out a free scope of work. Just appreciate you for being here, and we'll see you next week. We're also excited Miranda's gonna be on, so cool. All right, we appreciate everybody being here, and Ray and Kara, again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
For all you do. You always bring value, and appreciate it.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.